We are back to it. We've got Saturday footage to go over. Our last day. What's up, James? Our last day of Open Guard. Let's get the footage up. Alex and Mitchell. Mitchell assuming the position. Hands out, ready to strike. James, how's that knee doing? All right, me and Nick. Did Mitchell sit? Yeah, it looks like Mitchell was trying to do something with that wizard, but he doesn't really have a good enough connection. His elbow's kind of high, which is just lost power on that shoulder. It's good. That's better than where it was. So I'm immediately trying to get to work with some stuff that Peters was going over in class. Some foot sweep setups, namely the position, the upper body connection. So I need that collar tie, and I'm looking for a bicep tie rather than a wrist grip with the opposite hand. So there I'm going bicep tie, playing with maybe a Sasai here, but Nick's getting the kind of a side-on position to me. Alex making his way kind of in a clamp guard. Gets Mitchell's arm extended. Let's go back to this. So right from Mitchell sitting, spins to the back, starts attacking the back. It's a hook in. Both hooks in, but Mitchell gets his shoulders to the mat, and Alex switches to mount. Mitchell looks like he's trying to work an elbow escape here. I want to see him collecting the ankle, but I think Alex is giving him enough pressure on the head to shut that down. So now he's switching to the back on the other side, but in a high position, closer to a rear triangle. But instead, Mitchell turns with him and sets him up for this armbar. Very nice, Alex. Got Luke and Eric over here, and I think Ben and Jason. Good to see Jason back on the mats. Nick gets behind me. I hate it. How did he get behind me? Stupid. Gets my posture broken down. Yeah, just a quick run to the back from there. Alex spins to the back. Nick doing his best to keep me on the ground, but now I look for this rear Ashigarami or reverse Ashigarami. Notice what I'm doing here. As soon as I feel like I have it, I am trying to get his legs locked into a figure four or some sort of configure. Like, I want him to clamp onto my one leg, and I want to pull everything up above my knee closer to my hip. That's what you're seeing me do here. It locks me into position. He's got my hips under control, so I can't turn to a cross Ashigarami. So I decide to sit up into just a regular reverse Ashi facing his feet, but I need his legs committed. So you can see I'm trying to like kick my leg through and pull his leg up this way. Really digging my heels in, using both arms to hike it up. And then now I can start to look to open it up, because I feel like I have his knee much deeper and I could go on to attack. So I'm working the knee bar and toe hold dilemma here. Normally you guys will see me going for the knee bar, and I like to fall towards this side so that my body pins his leg, that free leg. If I fall in the other direction over here, it's not wrong. It just gives him a chance to escape, right? He has a free leg. So I don't think that I could get his leg extended, so I decided to go to attack the free leg with the toe hold. And I get it. How you like me now, Nick? You in the chat? Portnoy? Yeah, I see you, son. I think Nick goes on to smash me after this. I probably can't talk too much shit. Meanwhile, Alex back on Mitchell's back. He's got one hook in. John getting ready to rock. He's got Cooper. Smesh. Yeah, the smesh comes. I really try to shut down your coyote guard, half guard work here. Trying to get both legs involved. Trying to push your, step on your bottom leg. Maybe I should have tried stepping on the knee of the top leg. Yeah, you did a really good job keeping me off balance here, though. Like, you kind of forced your game. Coop immediately with the heavy head pressure. He's going to find out sooner than later he's got to be careful with John in that position. This is where John constantly gets me. Like, you think you're good here, like flanking your opponent, and then John's just like, yeah, nah, you're not good. And you never were good. I like that little step in, kind of a Kouchi. Yeah, Kouchigari. Little ankle pick. Put Cooper right down. You see Luke working a standing guard break against Eric. Old Eric long legs. Eric looking for the transition to an Ashigarami. I want him to reap heavy, get Luke's heel exposed. There, Nick puts me down. So I've passed your guard. Trying to open that arm up. Yeah, the shoulder push. Almost got you with the arm. Well, not even almost. I threatened it. I wasn't really close, though. Good shoulder push. It was upsetting. Mitchell gets safe. Oh, no. Mitchell doesn't get safe. He gets tapped. Okay. Alex looking sharp tonight. Body lock from Cooper. And then right to a bottom half guard. Big step over there from Nick. Puts me in mount. Not very fun. We got Mitchell working close guard. Same takedown with that inside trip ankle pick. Same. What do you mean same takedown? Did somebody else do it? Oh, John did it again. Okay. Coop, you didn't learn. Yeah, there's the Koichi and then the ankle pick. It's kind of slick. John just like really, I mean, that is just feeds it right to his hand. I'm gonna steal that. I wonder if a knee tap would work there, or if it's just if you just don't have enough. Like the knee tap, I think works well with the underhook, but with that overhook, I don't know if the knee tap would be as effective. Coop entering into an Ashigarami. John spins himself around to get safe and throws on the Darce for good measure. Letting Coop work though. Oh, Luke onto a side-on triangle here. More in a position that you'll see. Yeah, I was going to say he's going to finish likely the Americana, but now he's kind of... Eric has put himself more to the front triangle. This position where like the hips are kind of outside the shoulder, that's where Luke loves to do Americanas, where he just pins your wrist to his chest like that, and then throws his hips into the side of the elbow. But now you'll start to see Eric square up. There gets the arm across. So now he's more to the front triangle position. and just gets strangled instead. 50-50 for these two. 5 seconds left. Let's see what they can do with it. Alex looking for a straight ankle, but runs out of time. All right, Luke and Mike. Luke didn't see what Mike taught, so we're gonna watch if Mike gets to put any of it to work, or if Luke decides to be a jerk and shut down everything. Spoiler alert. I just put Mitchell down with something. So we're in on a foot sweep. Not really the same position that we talked about in class. I've got this like grip on the elbow. But I catch Mitchell stepping. You know, look at him. He's moving backwards because I'm pushing into him. I know this leg is going to step back next, so that's why I target it. And then I keep it from planting effectively and can try to get him over. Cole and David. Cole with a forearm to David's face. Coming up over the top. David standing upright though. Not going to the mattress yet. Cole looks for the trip, but David doesn't want to give it to him. Cole, you're really thinking about jumping up to guard there. Or to the rear mount. I'm not gonna say that's a bad idea. No one in the class should slam out of that. I'd have a real problem with that if somebody did. So I think you could jump up to that. I don't think David would react poorly. What was that? Ooh, that looked good. One more time. That was really nice reaction from David. I mean, Cole's loaded up here. Ooh, that was nice. That's kind of some classic self-defense stuff. Cole unfazed though. Yeah, that pretty much. I mean, so it may go by a different name actually, just because. So that actually, no, I think you're right. I think that is Seoinage. It's not drop Seoinage, which is that's where you'll go to your knees. This is a standing Seoinage, which is yeah, a thing of beauty for sure. Even in judo, I don't think you see standing Seoinage too frequently. Like it because of the grip requirement. So when people call it Ippon Seoinage, I've never been clear if that was like a variation or if they're implying that it was executed perfectly, like if you put them to their back with it. But that was a definite Ippon, I would say. John doing some wall work over there with Bin. Luke and Mike get to the ground. I just didn't see that happen. Front headlock. Mike dropping due to the guillotine threat. Got it. Cole gets the sweep though, after all is said and done. That's what I figured. Because I mean, I know Ippon is like that's the call they make when the back hits the mat flat. That's that's an Ippon. So Ippon Seoinage. That's what I figure. I really should have done judo. We could just ask John. I don't know if John ever competed, but I mean he knows his judo. Cole looking to foot wedge out of this. It would help if he had his knee free. It's going to be a little hard to do this without the knee free. Typically, I use the sole of my foot to get my knee free and the top of my foot to get my ankle free. It's not always like a hard, fast rule, but it certainly helps. David looking for something there. Cole shuts it down with his crossface. He has an opportunity. Oh, no. Never mind. No, he doesn't. I was going to say maybe you go to the back, but not the way his leg is caught. Mitchell wrestling up, puts me down. Ben and John still haven't hit the mat yet, I don't think. Meanwhile, Ben trying to get by Nick's guard here. Little attempt with a double ankle throw by, but nothing doing. How did David switch? Cole goes to take the back. David escapes out the back. Got it. Luke looking for an over-under pass. Mike really shutting that down. Putting that butterfly hook to good use. Nice double underhook sweep. Love this. So this is really good. Cole gets it and then gets David extended. Because like right here, you would think, oh, maybe he could do this. But all David is going to do, if Cole comes in this direction, David's going to base out with his right arm. He could hip switch out at that point, make life harder for Cole. But watch, Cole goes to his back and then hits a forward shift. And I've talked with a few of you about this. Like the utility of this, where you go to your back and then it's subtle here. This isn't an extreme example of it, but watch Cole's legs extend David away. So now David's base here to here is super wide. I mean, like his arm isn't touching the ground until up here. That's all the way at the end of the lever of an extended arm. That shoulder's not going to do anything. And it's, you know, he has no other connection to the ground, so he can't really get his hips up. So that shift of like Cole extending his legs away and then hitting the turn is what makes this really successful. And then, oh, little shoulder. Oh yeah, I think David has a bad shoulder. But that extension, Cole lands on top, has both elbows over the head, and would be able to get to work from there in a nasty position. Right up to S mount, have his pick of arms that he wants to arm bar or whatever. TM, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man? Oh, David with a little compression strangle there. Thanks for joining us, man. Let's see. I missed everything leading up to this. So looking here, got David working in a mount. Gets that elbow up over the shoulder line. Now from here, you're normally going to see, you know, head and arm. That's what he goes for, like a katagatame. He's got the reverse. Okay, he's got the rear triangle. Or I'm sorry, the rear naked strangle grip. Looks like he switches there back to a... he switches to either an S grip or a gable grip or something, I think. Maybe wrist to wrist. I thought this was like a katagatame, like a scarf hold kind of strangle. This is just a different way of finishing the katagatame. I don't know. So I don't know if Cole, if you're in chat, are you there? No. I don't know if this was more like neck pressure, just really uncomfortable. He didn't want to deal with this. I'd like to see David, if he's going for a traditional katagatame, hips flat to the mat, not on the side like this, forehead, chest to the mat, all the usual stuff. But either way, he got the tap. I have a feeling that was maybe more neck, but I don't know. I don't want to take anything away from him. Luke looking to dive on a Kimura. We got John on the ground. How'd that happen? Oh, slipped off bin in that like Tayatoshi. Goes for the trip. Misses the outside of the foot. Ends up on the inside. And I think the grip just slips off here. They start going. Doesn't slip off. John just had to base at that point. I think Ben gets a little toss on the hips. Onto the omoplata. Good reaction from Ben. Get right to the outside, start working past the guard. Very nice. On up to the back. John's a scrambly dude, though. That was a nice finish. Watch John. He crosses the strangle arm over. Call it a strangle arm just because Ben's on the back. And then now he's got nothing impeding this little sit out he does. Once Ben feels it coming, though, I think he tries to charge into him to put him down. Nick, were you there for the takedown in the beginning of class, or did you just get there for the open mat? I can't remember. A heavy head pressure from Luke. Just open mat? Okay. I asked just because I know Mike's going to be looking for some certain stuff during the stand-up. Good sprawl from Ben. Luke trying to get on those hips. I think he was looking for a double there. Ben possibly looking for like just a gator roll, maybe to start working. I mean, the way he's turning, it's more for the Darce, or it was. Good timing, but it didn't pan out. Ben, for the, you know, Luke's obviously going to give you the most trouble with this, but generally when I'm here working against this like 4-point position, I try to keep them moving by, I'll have a connection, but I'll try to circle and pull them down one way or the other. You know, give them a reason to extend their base with their arms. If they're just static like that, they can start plotting their escape, attacking your grip, that sort of thing. So keep them moving, and then that's where you can like run, you know, to a go behind with the tricep block. Hopefully, you could do that a little bit more easily, I think, once there's motion involved. I like that though. Like you felt Luke trying to stand, so you said go ahead and you shot. And I think this was just a matter of, you know, maybe a bit more powerful of a shot through him. You could have won this, but like Luke immediately sprawls. You didn't really have a good grip on the knee. And then I don't know how you got turned around. That sucks. Kind of bad situation to worse, but the right idea, just an unfortunate execution. At Mike and Nick here. It's Mike with the tricep block as he runs to the back, but Nick sits through to get his guard. Alex and Jason, and then John and David over there. Okay. Yeah, bad setup from Alex. Now Jason onto the front headlock. Let's see if he can do something with this. Alex just about resurrects a double leg out of there. Ooh. Nice move from Jason. So look how Jason's plotting forward. He's got his head in front of his feet. He's putting some forward pressure this way, and then actually takes Alex in the direction I wouldn't expect with the upper body grip. His foot placement, maybe, ignore what I say about foot placement. I just wouldn't expect the collar tie side to be the one that he turns to. Again, not that it's wrong. He catches Alex off his guard here. But then notice both legs come in, block Alex's feet. He's able to get the turn. That was really nice, Jason. Ben again, getting his back taken. Sucks. I know the feeling. Nick wants this so bad. He's looking for it, and Mike knows it. Mike's keeping his feet as far away as possible. See that? Mike circled back and then ran away from it when the threat was there. Nick trying to sit in. Just about gets a bite on the leg. And then now into deep half. Tried it a poor deep halfway. Kicked Mike right in the head. Whatever. Right there. Yeah, they're going onto the waiter sweep here. Mike bases out. Little axe kick right to the face. Right in the other eye. Sorry, I had to look at something with me and Eric. Not worth pointing out. Oh, nice. This was cool. Let's see this. So, Alex goes in for an inside trip, but Jason steps back. This is an Ouchigari, a nice deep step, but not deep enough since Jason steps back. Jason responds with an Osotogari, but this is why you need a really, really good setup on your Osotogari. You need to get your opponent's head outside of their feet. Right now, Alex is pretty lined up, so now this becomes a 50-50 shot, and Alex flips heads, but then as they hit the mat, Jason takes him over. One more time. So, Ouchigari, Osotogari, big roll. That was sick. All right, Ben keeping safe. Oh, man, Ben, you're about to stand up. Luke, more than anybody I know, can keep a guy pinned down on the mat from like that bull rush. Even as you create space, Luke hits you like an offensive lineman, just puts you down and keeps you there. Got Jason maybe looking for a Kimura here. How did y'all get all the way over there? Oh, okay. Luke spinning around, gets that far hook in. On his way to a body triangle, I think. Yep. Jason trying to finish out this round with some action from side control. Looks for the step over, but Alex blocks it. Mike looking to not get swept with the coyote guard. There we go. Runs out the time. Coop comes over, clubs me in the head. His way of telling me he wants to train. And immediately getting scrambly. And I just had to put him down. What did I do? Kind of, sort of what we did in class. So, bicep tie, collar tie probably with the other. No, it was more of a shallow underhook. but really it's all in the footwork on this one. So weighing down Cooper on that right leg, and look how his legs are configured. This is actually, I'm gonna blame Coop for this. I'm gonna victim blame Coop. So he steps back, his feet are in line here. This is not, they're basically X'd up, like not how you want to step. You know, if Coop wants to step in this direction, he needs to lead with that right foot, not with the left. When I see this, it's pretty easy pickings. Look at my little stutter step in. Watch how I step. I don't just like kick the leg through. My right leg takes a small step, and then I go. And then now that connection up top, I can just kind of keep it going, put him down, talk some smack, go on about my business. I also go through, I was doing this consciously. I wanted to demonstrate live the 3 guard passes I went over on Tuesday, this past Tuesday. So I've run through them here. I'll try to point them out as I see them. Bin with a tight waist grip. Yeah. Nick, that was a little dangerous. Honestly, could have gone either way. Nick, the only reason I think this didn't work for you is you're doing what a lot of guys do when they have a whizzer. They take their head low instead of taking the opponent's shoulder low. So like every inch below your shoulder line that your head goes, that's like lost power, just accumulating. You're not going to be able to pull Bin from there. You have to drive with your shoulder first, and like even your shoulder to shoulder connection isn't super great right now, like just because your elbow's high. I think if you had a deeper whizzer, this move was yours all day. Bin would have gone for a ride, but just because of that little loss of power, you guys end up in the spin cycle. Bin gets behind you. All right, so there's one guard pass. That was the one that Luke was hitting me with constantly. So cross side to the head, right side arm to Coop's right leg, run the circle, try to barrel him over. Not my finest example of that, but that's one. Ooh, Jason looking for a similar toss on Mike that Bin tried, or that Nick tried. Mike with the collar tie. Jason's going to be the best guy to practice this stand-up stuff with, because he refuses to sit to the guard, and is really in the last year developed, I think, a very good base that gives us some solid resistance. Nick playing deep half again. And John on an anaconda up top here. So Eric trying to keep that elbow down. Give himself some breathing room. There we go. Yeah, Jason, I think the answer for him with stand-up, and this sounds like too general to be even helpful, but like you have to go upper body, lower body, like rapidly give him so much to address and something falls through. And like the same could be said for a lot of people, but sometimes people are you know, they leave they're too upright, so they leave their legs open too much, or you know, they lead with their head too much and then they get snapped down a lot. And like Jason I don't feel like he falls into any one of those sorts of broad vulnerabilities. He kind of keeps check on like everything pretty well. see how Nick and Ben finish this. Like, you guys are both in a position to do something, and it seems like you're afraid of what the other's about to do. And I say that with experience in my matches with John. Like, we get there, and I'm just so afraid to pull the trigger because I know he's going to counter it. All right, so let's see if I start doing other guard passes here. So there's another one that I tried to demonstrate. Try to hit a better version of that. Yeah, so similar. So this was the one where I used a collar tie. So there I set up my collar tie, and the variation I taught at class is when your opponent's, in this case, left arm is like framing at your hips or your shoulders, you could arm drag by. Here instead, since he's not giving me that, I take this kind of like reverse little outside grip on the shin. I push the shin this way, I pull the head that way. That's what gets the turn. With that turn, I could settle in. All right, Nick sits. There we go. How did you... Jason tries to get in on a single leg here. Okay, kind of, and I'd say gets the takedown. And you fall back to your good old-fashioned shoulder crunch, pinch headlock to maybe a shoulder crunch. There you go, shoulder crunch in the other direction. Dude, John hit the gnarliest blast double on Jason today at open mat. It was really good. Or no, he hit it on Ben. He hit I think he hit a Seonagi on Jason today. So there's another example of that ankle and far side head. Let's see if I do the other one. It's embarrassing. I hate it. But I'm too prideful to sit to my guard with him. Oh, and then there's the third one. So as we get back up and Cooper reguards, hand to the shoulder. So I'm pushing his head over his butt so that he's kind of pivoting on his butt right now. And then I put my left hand to the outside of the knee. Knee goes this way, shoulder goes this way, and we get a spin. There, I've spun his guard by. So it's 3 different ways you're spinning around the guard. 2 of them, you're moving your opponent. 1 of them, you're moving yourself. So, very effective. Yeah, am I doing it on the 16-year-old blue belt? Yes. Cooper, though, has like some spindly legs that find their way into position, leading with his knee, getting his guard back fairly well. The illustration there is, hopefully you guys see that turning your opponent and closing that space will prevent that reguarding pretty effectively, I'd say. Bin past the guard here. Good roll from Nick. Stood most of these rounds, didn't take a single shot. Yeah. I'm kind of with you, man. My shot, like, I've gotten back to them a bit, but they're mostly low singles. That or like a snatch single. Like, I'm not doing penetration steps at all. David's another one I really like to stand with. Because he'll like... He tries to hit another like slide by, duck under kind of thing. Like 2 in a row. It just gives me a lot of different things to worry about. Much more of an upper body, like almost Greco-Roman sort of approach to things. Yes, there's an example of a low single that I prefer to shoot. So right there, again, that sometimes you see it and it just clicks for you, but like David's stance all of a sudden becomes very vulnerable here. Narrow, almost in line. That's when I shoot my low single. And then watch the sweep to the outside. It's really a sweep single, I guess you'd say. So my legs sweep 90 degrees, and I try to get to David's side. There, I can pick the leg up more safely. Go for the trip, but he spins out. Oh, Ben getting triangled. And Mike getting almost strangled. Doesn't fall for my wrist snap. From here, I'm just fighting grip. Trying to get back to like a 4-point position. Been on a 10-finger guillotine here. How'd that happen? Luke gets the tap. Okay. Luke goes down to the knees. Snap. Kind of giving Ben the front headlock here. I feel like Ben's afraid to run to the back right now, which I kind of get. John's got a hook in and can maybe work to break Mike down with like a power half here. But Mike turning, hide in the back. Almost to the shoulder crunch. I wanted that single so bad. David just puts a huge torque on my shoulders, and I can't fight out of the like the cutback single. I can't get to that. He ends up taking position here. I'm waiting to see John just launch you, Mike. All right, not terrible. Not terrible. Yeah. Yeah, that's just from your, I mean, like you're kind of hanging your weight on him, and he just has to turn with that. There's really no significant move he needs to make. Yeah. Again, I mean, it kind of falls in with what we were saying earlier about like the whizzer, like using that whizzer when they're not off balance. You're basically in the same spot. Looking for some head control there. I sprawl up. Now I'm back on the attack. Run to the back and start looking for my entrance to the rear mount. What did Luke do over there? Luke almost on that side triangle. Ah, Udigatami. Straight arm. There we go. Mike looking for a similar thing. David denying me that hook for now. Mike in on the leg. Let's see if you could break John down from here. John's getting much better about attacking the legs and staying safe in that standing position. Like he just immediately, he was doing it to me earlier where he immediately goes to address the ankles. Doesn't waste any time. David running me down, gets a single. Tries to switch to a double. I'm looking for a Kimura. I don't remember if I do anything good with this or not. Okay, just grip fighting and end up getting to the back. And then getting the tap right near the bell. Nice. Great, we get to watch me hesitate for 5 minutes, 6 minutes with John. Coop on Luke. That's the other thing too. I can get behind John from time to time, but he's so good at scrambling out of that. Like I don't know if I've ever put him down from being behind him, which I think I said on the last stream how demoralizing that is. He almost hits coming up out of this. I don't know what the hell I was trying to do, but kind of an attempt on a double here. And that's where John does so well countering that double leg. You try to double leg him, he sprawls. He gets back up, you go to stand, and he hits you with Haragoshi. That's what he just tried to hit me with here. Leg going to the outside, tries to get me turning. And then when that fails, he's very quick to switch to the front headlock. He does that with Uchimata as well. It's kind of like send it, and if you don't get it, you're already in a spot that you could get to work from. Really, really great example of just chain judo. Looking for my overtie throw by. I'm really trying to step my leg behind him. I talked about that at the last stream too. I'm just not getting to where I want. Muscling through this single leg, looking like a total rookie. And Nick on the body lock gets behind Jason. John puts me down in a similar fashion. Actually, he did to me what I was trying to do to him. That knee or that leg right behind, like his thigh right behind my thigh, and then takes me over the leg. I'm really, really digging that move lately. And of course he executes it far better than I do. But there from the body lock, that's what it is. He sets it up with the body lock. Great trip from Nick. One more time. Let's see it again. Nick behind Jason. Trips behind that leg. Gets Jason going backwards. Got it. Yeah, I was going to say, don't let that leg get in the way. Nick, I'm not sure why you're going in that direction. So you have your leg trapped here. You're basically putting yourself into a cross ashi. Jason might play around with that. He surprises me from time to time with like what he likes to do. Maybe this is your gamble here. You are trying to work right to mount. I would have just kind of stayed behind and established a good side control with maybe some back exposure. Not saying you can't go the way you went. I just like my way better. What's up, Ben? John not letting me get back up before he does. Now looking for the cross Ashi entrance. And Nick makes his way to 3/4 mount now. Jason tries to recapture that knee though, but Nick denies it. Looking for the foot wedge to get the ankle escape. Kind of like what I was saying earlier. The knee is free, so now I would use the shoelaces. Now that the knee is trapped, this is where I'm going to use the sole of my foot when I'm trying to push on the legs to get the leg free. Mike, what'd you do? So Mike's got the collar tie and not quite the inside bicep tie that I know he's looking for, but he does have Eric's head over his left foot, which means this foot is really light, and that's why Mike sweeps it away. Actually gets behind both legs there briefly, but really just needs the one. And then shoves Eric down like a bully. All right, Nick looks like he's made his way to mount now. John making me look stupid. Playing pure defense at this point. Switch it to a butterfly half to try to extract his leg. So make the turn into cross Ashi, but he does well to kind of stack me here, really starting to give me some pressure up at the top. And I'm a little too beat at this point from losing a 5.5 minute stand-up battle. It's a fun round. All right, Luke and Nick. Ben with Mike. Snap down to the front headlock from Luke. Looks to step on the foot. I'm pretty confident he was looking to set up, yeah, maybe set up the kind of that Gordon Ryan style backwards roll right there. Go look up Gordon Ryan, Keenan Cornelius, ADCC 2019 or 2017 maybe. That's the setup for this backwards roll that lands with Gordon on top in a guillotine. Luke's looking for it here. Decides to go for it anyway without the footstep. Doesn't quite get to mount, but is able to get to a top position and then now get to work. But we'll see how Nick reacts with his coyote guard here. Let's see if Luke can finally crack it. Just steps over right into almost to a cross Ashi. Pretty much there. Just not sitting on his butt with it. Nice from Ben and Mike here. So Yeah, again, like this is, I mean, we've seen it a few times now. This trying to whizzer, either whizzer or Uchimata or something, but like leaving the arm behind and just leaking power. And then now at this point, you know, Bin's in a much more stable position and is able to capitalize on Mike's return to posture, which Bin is very good at. And like this works really well for you, Bin. This body lock grip and then this far trip. Like, that was really nice, man. Back step before I could block the leg. Yeah. Yeah. That might just I feel like that's got to be the answer to your stupid leg stuff. I think Peters and I probably both got so set on like getting our leg past it and like trying to secure the pass that we were like, we forgot that we could just backstep into cross Ashi. Looks like Luke gets you here with some sort of an inside heel hook or some variation thereof. Yeah, and but like there's something to that too, because if you get Ben off balance with that, he has to put his hands to the mat, you know, typically. So it's not like a lost cause or a bad effort. Ben was just able to, I think, recover. He, you know, for a guy, you know, a fellow short king like myself, Ben puts to use that body lock more than I do, and is making me rethink how I should, you know, if that should be a part of my stand-up, even against taller guys. It's just, it has to be from that like flanked position, and I need to like keep my hips low so I don't get Haragoshi'd with it, like with John. Probably best used in a scramble situation, I would say. I'll just start suplexing people with it. Keep my hips low and just start thrashing people around, throw my back out, then have to stop training for 6 months. So again, Luke top half guard. No sweat for the Coyote guard. Little head pressure there as Nick dives for the underhook and is looking for that leg connection he wants. There, he's slipping the knee in front. Got to go down to the ankle with his ankles. There, he's sinking the hips into it. Starts to come up. Nice, Nick. Even Luke falls prey to it. What a loser. Ben and Mike just making their way over to the wall. Trying to slip the first hook in over here. Luke makes it tough though. Rolls through and gets almost to a deep half. A workable deep half, I'd say. Ben looking for a body lock pass. Now Luke onto the Kimura threat, looking for the Kimura trap that he went over in class that day. And gets it without the back take, but manages to get to a top position, past the guard. And now Nick in some trouble. Oh! Just as soon as he's in trouble, slips out the back. That was really nice, man. And this is cool, just because, like, you know, it's a good example. Even on a black belt, like, you can utilize the underhook to your advantage when they lose that battle. You know, there are answers to this, but you catch Luke, get him off guard. You got a deep underhook, hips out. Nice big turn. And you can manage to get to a much safer position than where you were. I would try to collect that leg with your leg. You had it there for a second. Like, just slip that leg in underneath. Nice. Fun scramble at the end there, man. That was good. I think I get smashed by Luke. I believe right off the bat, I try to hit him with that same guard pass he hit me with. Just rolls and reguards, rolls and reguards. Bin onto the Kimura. Gets the hand out. Looking to get the elevation, though, with that butterfly hook. Luke wrestles up. Tried to sprawl out of this. I just couldn't get my feet underneath me. And Nick takes down John. There we go. But John with a guillotine. Ben uses that Kimura to sweep to the mount. And Eric, hugging doesn't help here, right? I want you to start working some framing. Start looking for maybe elbow escapes or kipping if you know how to kip. Nick onto a T Kimura position. Possibly, okay, yeah, comes up on the Kimura. I was wondering if you were going to look for your side triangle there. I think you briefly did, but I maybe missed it. Eric now looking for his back take. Got the makings of a body triangle if he could get Ben broken down. Oh, but he falls off the side and Ben comes up. Now Ben making his way around the guard. Meanwhile, Luke smashing me as I'm trying to rip that leg out. Here, I mean, I know I had him in a good spot because we're laughing about it. And he's saying he was a little concerned, but quickly gets his knee back and is able to take a better position. The way I dug that out, though, was with a butterfly half. I'm really pushing my knee that way into his torso once I get my connection to his leg. I also don't just want to pull at the knee, right? I want to pull at the end of the lever. I'm able to get there, luckily, this time, like getting that leg exposed as he gets off balance. But ideally, I want to try to reach down with this top arm to the heel. I don't want to put myself in like too extended of a position that he could maybe set on a darce with his right arm. Right now you're looking at his left arm. But it's a tough spot to get to, but that knee to the core to get him off balance over his right leg is what allowed me to get the threat going. He did a great job scrambling out and then winning the scramble. Coop looks like I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. If he was trying to get 2-on-1 control with the arm. Now Mike has it. Meanwhile, Nick. There we go. John was just about to get out of that. Nick manages to get him back to his butt. Trying my last ditch effort to go to the legs, similar to what I did with Nick earlier, trying to fall over the free leg from a rear or a reverse Ashigarami, working a toe hold threat, but Luke is sitting up and shutting down the grip pretty early on, so I couldn't get to what I wanted. Now I'm going to try to work to a different position or get the other leg under control, but it's a lost cause at that point. Nick jumping around the guard. How did they get over there? So, all right, Nick goes on with the Katagatame. Very nice, dude. It's no easy feat pinning John down and getting a sub on him. He's a really, really solid training partner. That's the Katagatame. Nick starts down. John backsteps almost into a cross ashi. Fakes him out though, looks for the guard pass, and then onto the Coyote guard again. Nice, good movement there. Coop looking for a straight ankle, possibly straight ankle heel hook, straight ankle heel hook. I don't know. I don't know if he knows what he wants. He just wants to break Mike. There. He's bending so much, Coop, your head is going away from your hands. You should know by now how I feel about that. Can John take top position? Nick doing well with this Achilles grip. Good safe grip to use. That was a nice match. John and Luke for the end. Trying to use it to set up deep half. Hey, you don't need to defend yourself, man. I don't care if you're using it again. I'll watch you do the same move 50 times successfully. It doesn't matter to me. Inside trip? Yeah, that's what it was. So, Ouchigari on Bin. Just nice deep step. Pull the leg out. Damn, that was with my right leg, too. I didn't even think about that. That makes me feel good. Luke almost gets the roll from the single leg. I don't know if I've seen him do this before. Have you done that before, Luke? I know you were watching earlier. Inside butterfly hook. Yeah, it's funny because like I just see you thinking about it. You're like, okay, let me try it. What inside butterfly hook are you talking about? Was that from our roll you're referring to? Really trying to crowd Bin. Now that I've got him down, you can see my left knee getting to work. I'm losing, like I didn't win the underhook battle here. Bin has the underhook. But watch what my left knee is doing. Right, I want to deny him any more inside position. So take that back, drive it right in, try to keep it there, flatten him out, and then I could go back and try to win my underhook. Single leg on John, right leg goes in between his as I roll for that takedown. I guess I didn't see that detail. So Zip, zip. Right leg goes in between his. Okay, so right here you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, that's, it looks like that's really what drives your momentum through his hips. The only thing that scares me about that is if you don't get the momentum, he's basically in cross ashi. Like, if I feel like maybe if he bases out, if his hand wasn't here but maybe here, and like he shuts down the roll at this stage, like if he was maybe your weight or something, might be a cross ashi danger for you there. But if you get your hips over your head like you did, you can invert out of it. Slowly making my way to the back with Bin, but he's making it difficult. That was a really, really great shutdown from him. Because I felt so confident about this one. I mean, I had his back completely exposed, my chest behind his tricep. Nice chair sit back take. And he knows the anatomy of this move. So he knows that as I go over, as we go to turn, this leg's going to come over, and watch what he does immediately. Big stiff arm away, keep my leg out. And he uses that opportunity to try to misalign himself. So he's sitting out over my leg again. Just a second ago, I had that hook in. In fact, I didn't even notice that. He just shuts down both of my legs with one arm. I feel really stupid now. So he pushes this hook off and then immediately blocks this hook. This is like, I'm gonna punish you for that, Ben. Making me look like an idiot. That's not even something I would teach. Like, I don't know where he picked that up. That's just good timing. Let's see that again. And then he takes the position really well. I love that step around sweep that he gives me. He's got the over-under grip on my head, like one arm in. His leg finds mine and he just sends me. That was so nice. It's good payback for the Ouchigari I put you down with. John getting scrambly over there, but ends up almost getting his back taken. He's keeping his back flat, making it hard for Luke to get that second hook in. Luke says, that's fine. I'll just take mount instead. Nope. Gets the back. Power half Nelson to get him turned over onto the high ball ride. Out of the body triangle. Working his way up that hierarchy of leg position. Gets the mandible strangle in, it looks like. So you're going to tap. Is Luke's being a lot nicer to John than he's ever been to me. How you doing, Cole? Were you here when you got tossed earlier by David? Oh, we watched it like 5 times. So John gets out of the rear naked strangle, and Luke throws on a fast-acting triangle. John, it's funny because it's hard to see, but John has his forearm in this one. His forearm of the arm that's normally outside the triangle. It slips out. Okay, he pulls it out to tap. So just goes to show you, even having another little bit of that arm in won't necessarily keep you safe. Let's see. It's 2:30 left in this round. You know I'm going to do it to you, Cole. Because I know you want to see it too. I just wanted to see it again. All right. I won't torture you. Mike chasing down from this north-south. This is where Mike likes to look for his Kimura entries. Looks like he's got the double wrist set up. Now he's trying to move on to that dorsal position. Nick not letting it happen too easily. But Mike gets to almost to a cross-side Kimura. Also an armbar. That cross-facing leg doing a lot of work right now. Reaches, okay. Reaching to the grip to break the grip, not to the elbow. We saw Mike doing that on the last stream as well. Sometimes it's helpful to collapse this in. Mike already has that arm kind of collapsed. Like the arms, Nick's forearms aren't in a perfectly straight line, so Mike doesn't have to collapse it probably too much more. Crosses his ankles behind the tricep to keep it there, and then now he can go on. He's got that elbow to elbow grip here. Goes on to rake the grip with his wrist. Pretty standard, classic grip breaking from the armbar. Very nice. It's going to be the thumbnail, Cole. Just FYI. Some days you're the hammer. Some days you're the thumbnail. That's the most clever thing I've ever said on this stream. You would. Luke making his way to a really nice Ashigarami here. It looks like they paused to talk about it. Yeah, John kind of just rolls himself into that. Meanwhile, Ben, top position. I think he's been smashing me for a while now. I go to throw up a triangle. He slips out. Now he's flanked me. Sorry, we're just going to have a quick review since I hadn't watched much of that second half of this round. Oh, dude, I can't wait. Just remember, there are no chairs or boards wrapped in barbed wire or anything like that that you could use. Was that as awesome as it looked? Great sweep from Mike here right at the end. I'm just glad Mike does this to guys bigger than me. Got that arm trapped to the side he's bridging to. Nick's like, damn it. Going on to end the round. Nice. Good stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope y'all learned something. There were really, really great examples in this stream. Yeah, I know you do, Mike. You don't need to remind me. Cole was at a local pro wrestling event for context. It looked what I saw on your Instagram looked awesome. Yeah, there were really great examples in this stream of just great stand-up, great reversals, great scrambles, passing, like all sorts of stuff was really covered in the stream. That's the end of our open guard week. So, if you guys are looking to, I don't know, practice any one thing in particular, you could probably find it on the footage we just watched. That was a really, really great Saturday training session. So thank you so much, guys, for putting in the work and for tuning in. As always, if you're lurking, hit the follow button. Love to see that support when it comes through. If you really like what you're seeing, you could subscribe here as well. That helps support the stream. You can do it with your Twitch Prime or sign up for one of the tier subs through Twitch. Thank you, bud. I always appreciate you being in the chat. What else? What else? Subscribe at YouTube, where you can support us there as well. That costs you nothing. And you can rewatch these on YouTube forever. They're not on Twitch forever, but they will be up there on YouTube for you guys to watch. So if you want to see Cole get Seonagi'd over and over and over, that's the place to do it. November 23rd, Naga. So if you want to compete, let us know. You should be showing up to class by now. On weekends, putting in the work. And if you don't want to compete, but you want to help out, giving some hard rounds to everybody who plans on competing is one of the best ways you guys can support your training partners. So keep that in mind as well. Other than that, we are moving on to half guard next week. So 2 weeks of half guard. So get ready for that. And if you have any questions, bring them to class. Let us know. Talk to a coach. We'll get you guys squared away for anything you're training on. So with that, go trim your nails and do your laundry. And don't be stinky. And I'll see you back on the mats later.